Hello, 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 everyone. How are you guys doing today? I hope everything is fine. It is me. It is I. It is she. Who? Who? Who are you? It is. It is Rosie Rosette 2020. How are you guys doing today? Listen, listen. No, not you, motorcycle. That's not what I want you guys to listen to. What I want you guys to listen to is the fact that things are getting worse, not better. They were getting better, and I'm sorry, I was wrong. I said that after. No, I said it was going to peak until December 1st because of COVID. I mean, because of Thanksgiving. But they're closing things down again. Yes, they're closing things down again. They're closing down, cities, communities, or whatever. I think here in the Bay Area, the only place that you can go to eat is in San Mateo County, out to eat. Now, personally, again, I don't like to go out to eat. I'm too frugal, okay? I'm too cheap. And I can cook, so, and I like to cook. So that combination, I rarely go out. Now, when I'm dating, that's a whole nother story. Now, if I'm going out on somebody else's dime or if I'm taking someone out for their birthday, that's one thing. But as far as going out once a week, that's not really my style. No, that's not my style. I like to cook. I like to cook all, one day. And then, I feed off of that the rest of the, I eat leftovers the rest of the week. Or, my son make cook. Oh my God, he made this amazing chicken nuggets. Oh, he puts the gravy mix on it. I'm telling you, the powdered gravy, it's amazing. But anyway, so my refrigerator is full of food, and there's nothing for me to put, some food on a plate and put it in a microwave or eat a bagel or, eat oatmeal. Anyway, so back to COVID. So, a lot of restaurants in the Bay Area. I don't know what's happening in the entire country, but I know in the Bay Area that a lot of restaurants are closing. And it's really sad. It's really sad that a lot of restaurants are closing, not just for COVID, because they can't afford it. It's really sad that Congress and the Senate and the president and whomever else, Nancy Pelosi, they can't figure out a bailout package. I don't know why it's taking them 7 months to figure out how to help people out. People are losing it all. And why is the stock market so high? I don't know. I can't understand the correlation because you would think with so many people going out of business and so many people unemployed and 200, we'll get to that number, 200 and what, 45,000 plus people dead, that the whole country would just go kaputs. But I don't know. I know in my county or in our area, the Bay Area, that if the kids are already in school, they're staying. So I think that's the little kids. I think they're staying in school. But as far as the high schoolers and junior highs, they're not back in school. And I don't know what these parents are doing because I didn't hear the government say anything that they're paying for daycare. Like it's all bad. And I just really feel for the parents who have to quit their jobs to take care of their kids. This is not how it's supposed to be. At a certain age, you're supposed to send your child to school. Now, again, I was a latchkey kid. I had, my house key on my neck, the chain around my neck. And I came home after school, talked on the phone until an hour before my mom came home, and then I would clean up the house or whatever. But this is a different world. There's a lot of predators, kidnappings, and, a lot of pedophiles. Not that there weren't as many pedophiles, probably more then. I don't know. But, it's a different world. You just can't have, and I think it's against the law to have a child under 12 by themselves. Ooh, thank God that law was not inflicted when I was younger, but can't do that. So, I'm saying all this to say, the Congress and Senate still hasn't figured out what they're going to do. And let's not even talk about the election. That's a whole nother video. So let's just jump into the fact that this must be a very depressing, stressful, crazy, confused time in people's lives. I mean, especially if you have 4 and 5 kids and you have to teach them, even though you don't, you're not educated enough to teach them. How are they just going to inflict teaching kids, parents teaching kids, certain curriculums, and the parents have to, be advised or disciplined, or I don't even know what you call it. I'm just not. I mean, when my son was younger, I did help tutor him a lot and all that. But I mean, I didn't have to teach him the whole curriculum. You know what I'm saying? And if you have 4 and 5 kids, 6 and 7, 8, that's very stressful. And you don't have a job, and you may be getting evicted, and you're overweight because you got all this food stamps or what. It's just a lot, and you're not getting any additional help, stimulus, help from the government. It's a lot, but yet they're getting paid. See, that's what I think should happen. I've been saying this. Stop their checks. Stop their checks, and let's see how fast things go. But you guys don't want to do that, so I don't know. And then, the homeless, and it's raining, and it's cold. So, if it's cold in California, it's basically cold everywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? If it's cold in California, and I mean cold, it's cold and raining. Oh, and all those homeless people who were in the hotels, they got kicked out. Mm-hmm. Or they're being kicked out. Even though we're going back on lockdown. Are we going to be on lockdown for Thanksgiving? For Christmas? They should just shut everything down for the rest of the year. The only thing that should be open are the gas stations and the grocery stores. That's it. We don't need any more clothes. Nothing. Everything, if you can't get it at a gas station, which is gas, or a grocery store like Walmart, those super Walmarts, they have everything. If you can't get it at those two, you don't need it. All you need basically is gas. I mean, food. I don't think they're turning off the PG&E, or water or whatever. So basically, in the cable, okay, the cable TV, but everything should be whole. Like, these are crazy times. And oh my God, let's not talk about the airline, and they're closing entire countries or cities or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so let's just jump into what's going on. How many cases? What's this COVID thing's gonna do? And yeah, I don't want to bring in. Oh, wait. Did you hear about the fact that Trump has not met with his COVID committee, or whoever, I don't know what you call it, the COVID board, or whomever? I heard allegedly he hasn't met with them in 5 months. Now I get it, he was busy, trying to get reelected, which that was a bust. Sorry, I'm not damaged. This is from a previous makeup video, but like, dude, really, you're going to be known as the president who's, killed 250,000 people allegedly. You're making a mockery of us. And it's really sad. And it's very embarrassing, Trump. I mean, but considering that you have not met with the COVID committee in 5 months, what happened to your everyday briefings? Like, Gavin Newsom has, I think he's on every day. I'm not here every day at 12 o'clock, so I can't see. But the days that I am here, Monday through Friday, Governor Gavin Newsom of California, he's on TV, talking. Even though Mr. Newsom, he did attend a birthday party where there was, I think more than 50 people or something like that, and he didn't have on a mask. I'm just, they got him for that. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know. But let's just look at what's going on. Okay, so for today is November 17th, but for November 16th, and whoa, okay, let's just look at this. Let's look at this graph. Look at the graph. And can you see what's going on? Can you see what's going on? It's shifting up. It's shifting up. Sorry about my nails. I did something yesterday and I'm trying to scrub it. But anyway, we're not talking about my nails. That's not important right now. But this is what's important. Look at the graph. See how it went. It was going up, 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 up. It went down, and now it's trending back up. So, that being said, I hate to even say this, but that being said, 11,100 new cases in California within the past 24 hours or whatever. So in California, wow, this number has really gone up. 1.05 million cases in California. In California, 1.05 million cases. 11,000 new cases in the past 24 hours. As far as deaths, though, thank God. There may be a lot of people who have COVID, but a lot of people are not dying, so that's a good thing in California. 18,317 people. You guys see that? Okay. As far as the United States, we have 11.4 million people who have contracted the COVID. 166,000 in the past 24 hours. 248,000 deaths in America. 796 people have died in the past 24 hours of COVID. This is really sad. This is really sad. And, this video is going to be up on YouTube. And whenever someone sees, this video, they may see it today. Maybe 20 people, maybe 5. Because I don't think they circulate these COVID videos. But in years to come, now that this is just a crazy year, 2020, now I don't know, everyone's like, oh, we have to get rid of 2020 and look forward to 2021. But the same thing happened with, everyone's like, oh, 2019, oh, let's just throw it away or whatever. But 2020 was worse. So what if 2021 becomes worse than 2020? You see what I'm saying? So I didn't want to take the vaccine. Is that it? It's not vaccine. Is it vaccine? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but you know what I'm talking about. But I like to travel. And, you have to take different things to go to different countries. And I guess I'm just going to have to own up and take the vaccine. For some reason, I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah, to travel. We'll see. Okay, so that was California. And people were talking about, don't travel for Texas. And, I'm a part of a lot of travel groups, mostly Black travel groups. And a lot of people are still, a lot of people are still traveling. Okay, so for Texas, as far as November 16th, but today is November 17th, so within the past 24 hours when data was collected, 11,371 people. Now, when I look at pictures on Facebook from Texas, Dallas or Houston, I don't really see a lot of people wearing face masks. Like, people, how are we going to get rid of this if you guys can't play by the rules? Does that make sense? Obviously, it doesn't make sense because you guys are not following the rules. I don't know what is going on in Texas that you guys feel like you don't have to obey, but that's why you guys have 1.11 million people with COVID cases. Same thing with California. I'm not saying California's no better than Texas, even though a lot of people think so. But anyway, I'm just saying. So as far as deaths in Texas, the state of Texas, as of 11/16/2020, they have 20,169 deaths. They have more deaths from COVID in Texas than they do in California. And I don't understand because, again, Texas is spread out. It's spread out wide. California is not. Especially in San Francisco, everything is on top of each other. Same thing with New York City. But, okay. So, why does Texas have more deaths, but at least, excuse me. Ooh, I'm talking too much. Like 13 million less people than California. California has 40 million. I think Texas has 27 million. But again, Texas is spread out. Like, it's easy in Texas to social distance. But again, if you are not wearing your mask, or if you guys are not washing hands, then, I guess it's going to spread no matter what. That's Texas. Let's go to Florida. Let's see what's going on in Florida. Oh, Florida. Did they ever find out what's going on with the Florida count? Did they finish the Florida count, or was that Georgia? Or was it Georgia and Florida? Did they? No, I think they have to redo the count. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay, so Florida's looking good. Florida, in the past 24 hours, they've only had 4,663 new cases, not deaths, new cases in Florida. Okay, the total amount of people with COVID, the number is 890,000. So California and Texas, they have 1 million, but in Florida they have 890,000. Now the death rate is not that. They have 17,558 deaths. 41 people died in Florida due to COVID within the past 24 hours. Now, look at the chart. And again, over here, because I don't know what your left or my right is. But anyway, and it's increasing. It's increasing, but it seems like it dipped. Yeah, it did dip. It dipped quite a bit, because it was up to 10,000 maybe yesterday, but now again it's back down to 4,000, which is a good thing, if it can just continue to dip. But what it seems like it's doing, it's dipping, but then it's rising. You see how it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, and that's a travesty. But okay, so that's Florida. Okay, let's do Georgia. I don't know why people like Georgia. I don't know. I never understood why people like Georgia. And I really don't understand why people like Chicago. Although they have some beautiful black people, but I don't see it. Again, like San Francisco's a beautiful city. Oh my God, San Francisco's so beautiful. Again, I think San Francisco is the most beautiful city, even though I was born there, I know. But San Francisco is the most beautiful city in America. I'll say in America. Now, when you go to other cities with the castles and the monuments and, the water, Barcelona, that's nice. That's a beautiful city. That's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. For a third time, that's a beautiful city. Anyway, okay, so let's go to Georgia. Yeah, okay, so I told you, an ex-boyfriend, we were in Sugar Land, Texas, and the guy who I was dating, he was from New Orleans, but he had the audacity to ask me, "Oh, isn't this beautiful?" And I was like, "What? What's beautiful? It's nothing but flat land and cookie cutter homes. Like, what's so beautiful about that?" I didn't get it. I mean, you don't ask someone from San Francisco. Not only am I from San Francisco, but I've traveled, to 30 plus some odd countries all over the world. You don't ask someone, can I say of my caliber, of my travel experience, you don't ask me if Sugarland, Texas is beautiful. I'm just like, no, it's not. It's just literally, it's just flat with cookie cutter house, nice homes, but it wasn't beautiful. Does that make sense? Okay, let's get back to COVID. All right, so Georgia. All right. Okay, so Georgia's doing really good. Georgia, in the past 24 hours, they have 1,077 new cases. That's pretty good. That's really good. Um, they have 415,000 total cases. 10 people died, but they only have 8,778 deaths, which is a really good thing. But the thing about it is, a lot of people are not wearing masks in Atlanta. And I mean, I know there's other cities and counties in Georgia, but Atlanta is, it in Georgia. I think there's Duluth and some other place, some other cities, whatever. I'm not too. But in the Atlanta metro area, that's pretty good considering that they don't wear masks and they like to party and they like to go out or whatever. I don't know if they're shutting down Atlanta. Like, I don't know much more than the Bay Area. I think some states in the Midwest, I think Minnesota allegedly, or Iowa or something like that. I think it's really hitting hard there. So I think they're shutting down because I think, well, New York got it the worst. Gavin Newsom and London Breed. London Breed is the mayor of San Francisco. Gavin Newsom is the mayor of California. They shut it down real quick. So we don't have the numbers like we should. You see what I'm saying? I think New York they waited too long, and that's why they have the high numbers of death. But as far as the Midwest, I think it's finally the North Midwest, like the closer to the West, not the mid. I think they're starting to get it. Those upper cold states where, it gets really cold. But I'm thinking, like what survives in 0 below weather? Like, can anything survive? A virus or anything? So, but people still don't know. Vaccine. Is that what I was saying before? Anyway, hopefully they can get these vaccines out, and I hope to God Bill Gates has nothing to do with this. I hope he is not the one who spearheaded this whole virus in China or whatever just to get rid of some people. I just, you never know. People that rich, they get kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? They think that they're God, but money doesn't equate to, well, no, money does equate to power, but not when you start killing 248,000 people, or a million people. I think a million people died all over the world or whatever. Anyway, so again, Georgia's doing very well. Georgia is doing very well. So, let's just look at Iowa. Let's look at it because I can't remember what state, but it's one of those. I have been. Okay, Iowa doesn't have the same numbers as, a populous state as far as like California or Texas. But okay, you can tell by the graph that things are, boop. So things are, I was right. Iowa is starting to be hit hard. I think Arizona is also, but they have 191,000 cases, right? 3,283, I think, in the past 24 hours. That's a lot for Iowa. For Iowa, that's a lot. They had, what is it? I can't read this backwards. They had 34 deaths in the past 24 hours. That's a lot for Iowa. You have to understand, Iowa is not as populated as California. So that's a lot. That's a lot. They have 2,027 deaths. That's a lot for Iowa. Again, okay, yeah, so California issues tough restrictions. Iowa mandates masks. The whole country should have a mandate on masks. That's what I don't get. Trump is too busy filing lawsuits and, puffing because he didn't win or whatever. So he's not focusing. That's a bad leader. Is that a bruise or that's a bad leader? Ooh, that's a bruise. Um, that's a bad leader. Okay, you lost. Let's get back to business. Let's try and sum it up before I leave. That should be his thought, but no, 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 no. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just go out gracefully. You ruined the country. Well, I mean, as far as the stock market, it's not ruined. We're not in a recession, even though we should be because unemployment is high. The small business, mom and pop businesses are closing up shop left and right. Something's not right. Like, it's not adding up. I don't know. Politically, I'm not that inclined to understand the correlation. But, people are being evicted. The homeless are being kicked out of, the hotels. People are losing their homes. They're losing their businesses. They're losing their jobs. People have to stay. But what if you have to be evicted because you don't have a job to pay the rent, but then you have to stay at home to take care of kids? Like, this whole pandemic is crazy. Crazy. And I really feel for any and everybody who's going through this. This is just insane. And then we have, the president who doesn't want to leave, but he doesn't want to take care of his business. Like, pick a struggle, President Trump. Either, stay in the office and focus on, the issue at hand, the problem at hand, which is the pandemic, COVID-19, and what your country is going through, or just hand all of the responsibility over. Since you can't focus, hand it over to Biden and Harris and let their teams take over. You gave it a run. Listen, you were the president. Whether it was good or bad, your term, you were still president. Okay, if anything, you can, the stock market stayed afloat. All right, we're not quote unquote in a depression or in a recession. So take that and go gracefully. Please, just go. Bye. Just go. You don't want to focus on it. You fired numerous staff, every month, or people are leaving. Just go gracefully. Just go. We'll be okay. You have 248,000 people that are dead under your name. Let's not make it. Just go. Okay? All right. All right. So that's it for today as far as COVID. Yeah, I probably won't be making any more videos this week. I'll resume probably next Sunday or Monday or something like that. But, I it's just scary to me to have everything close up again. It's just like daunting. Like, okay, what's going to happen? Because remember back in March when, first it was going to be 2 weeks and it ended up being what, 2-3 months? This is the second round. I don't know. I mean, I have more than enough of things to do. But I like getting a check. I like getting money. Whatever, survival or surviving, that's not fun nor easy. And thank goodness I don't have little kids to take care of. Thank God I'm not, I'm just being real. I'm not in a homeless encampment. Thank God I'm not, living with someone in an abusive relationship. There's all types of situations that are going on. Kids whose parents can't cook. There's kids whose parents who can't speak English, but they have to teach their kids, the curriculum. It's it that's really bothering me. And then the fact that the Senate or the Congress or not the president, they're not passing the stimulus package, but they keep going on breaks. What are you breaking for? Let me tell you. Thank goodness I'm not the president, because no one would go nowhere until that bill was passed. See, that's what I'm saying. That's not a good leader. That's not a good leader. It will Biden Harris be? You see how people just say Biden Harris? They don't just say Biden, but that's a whole nother video. Um, there's no guarantee that they're going to be better. There's no guarantee that outside will be outside tomorrow, the way things are going. I mean, this has really been a long year. You can tell by how many videos that I was making during, when COVID was high. Listen, if I'm not working again, then guess what? You're going to get like 10 videos a day. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know that. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know. Hopefully, I'm just so scared to say anything. Because, you think you gotten over one hump, and then, there's a Campbell with 4 other humps. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay. Bye.